Pokemon Scarlet and Violet base set, underrated. I believe it is, and we're going to talk about it here today. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. So, it's becoming a general consensus that Scarlet and Violet, this era of Pokemon TCG, at the very least, it has some of the best art that we have ever seen in the TCG. Bottom line, like, there have been some unbelievable arts, a lot of great arts in every single set, and you're seeing some unbelievable chase cards too, right? Magikarp, that card is brilliant. The Greninja as well. And a lot more cards are starting to really rise in value, these SIRs and IRs. But one set that has not gotten love from pretty much anyone that I've seen is base set. And you can get a booster box of base set right now to your house for under $100. That is an incredible deal, right? This set is well over a year old, came out in March of 2023, but it's just not receiving some of the type of hype that some of these other sets are. And yeah, I'll admit it right now, it probably is the worst set in Scarlet and Violet for a number of reasons. But it's better than a lot of the base sets that we have seen from different Pokemon eras over the last decade plus. There are still a lot of awesome cards in here, and I kind of wanted to shine a spotlight a little bit on base set because, again, I do think it's an impressive set overall when you compare it to some of the other base sets we've seen. The Gardevoir, Kirlia, Ralts, that line is super cute. Great art with one of the most popular Pokemon in the TCG and in general in Pokemon. I think even though Miraidon and Koraidon aren't very popular as box legendaries, I do like them and I think that they're unique. And I think that these cards are underrated. I really do. The Miraidon especially, looking at the little Doxbun through the window, cityscape in the background, it's a really cool card. The colors pop, the light pops. I think that's an awesome card. I think Miraidon is going to end up being pretty valuable down the road. The Riolu absolutely wrecking that room. Great card. Love that one. The Slowpoke peeking its head out, poking its head out, Slowpoke like. Drowsy, that card is wild, right? Looks like you had a bad trip. Incredible art, incredible colors. I think that the Drowsy card is going to end up being worth a lot of money. Great Tusk is a really interesting one in my opinion. Usually cards need a little bit more color to pop, but I really like the storm in the background. I like the composition overall, and it's a special illustration rare that is super cheap, under $10. I love the Armarouge. That's one of my favorite new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet. Kind of poking its head out like the Slowpoke, but being a little bit more cautious about it, certainly. But a very nice card. Dondozo, the ocean looks just incredible in that illustration rare. I'm not a huge fan of Grievard overall, but the Ghost Pokemon, the merch of the Ghost Pokemon, you've got him laying on a Gengar rug and a bunch of other cool stuff around. That makes that a pretty unique card that I like. Iron Treads. I don't think it's one of the top tier special illustration rares that we've seen, but you do have the night sky up in the background. I think it's going to be a card that rises in value overall. So there are so many nice art cards in this set. There really are. Plenty of good trainer cards as well. I don't really dive into the trainer cards because I'm just not that into them. That's just kind of my thing. I'm into the Pokemon more than the trainers. But there are so many quality art cards in this set. And a lot of them are very undervalued right now. I think the set is undervalued and underrated overall. Again, it's already over a year old. It's also the first set, when you look historically at Pokemon, transitioning away from the yellow gold borders, right? First set with special illustration rares and illustration rares. I think that this one will do very well long term, especially the booster boxes. To me, what it's really missing, if you want to criticize it, probably the special illustration rares and illustration rares with very popular Pokemon. Yes, you have the Gardevoir line, and the Gardevoir card's very nice. Outside of that, there's not a lot of big hitters with the special illustration rares and illustration rares overall. You've also got the pull rates weren't exactly dialed in yet early on in Scarlet and Violet. I think that they're massively improving that to raise the value of these newer sets. But getting a booster box under $100, sign me up. Like, you can get it under $100 delivered to your house right now. And when you look at this compared to like Sword and Shield base set, which Sword and Shield base set is selling on TCG Player for $294 right now, market price. This is a way better set than that. It really is. So just give it time. Get in low, as I always say. Get some of this sealed product. I'd even go for some of those really cheap SIRs. I think people will want to complete special illustration rare master sets long term, and they're going to have to end up paying a little bit more for that down the road. I know I'm going to be getting in on Scarlet and Violet base set very soon, getting some booster boxes. I think that y'all should too. Of course, I'm not an expert, just someone who's taking a look at the Pokemon market, kind of breaking things down. And of course, remember, Pokemon investing should be fun. It should not be your only investment. You should not be blowing all your cash on this. It should just be a side investment sort of thing that you can have some fun with. And really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're enjoying the content here, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button. You can also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a show here. Y'all have a good one.